I was a shit when R&B niggas wanna start rap beef. These niggas ain't got no name on them. Wish these hoes stop trying to put cream on them. He come around me, get game on him. If he don't go, then I already came on him. These new hoes sound like my mixtape. Bitches love
Too much about my life. Starting May, when I actually ended up leaving Atlanta. So, we had came to the conclusion that we wanted to split up. It was 3 of us living together, and you know, one person wanted to move alone, and me and my sister, we basically were looking for something together. Now, what my problem was trying to find some decent employment that would not be far away from where we live. So I not only had to find a place, I had to find a job. Fast forward to May, the end of May, we end up moving back home to Indiana because it was entirely too expensive for just us two. It was too expensive for just me. And I just couldn't do it. So that fast forward to the end of May. And and so we actually ended up moving back home to Indiana, and I started working at Walmart in like June. So I went like a month, not even a whole month. I don't even want to say a month. Like I'm tripping. I was here like all of like 2 weeks to have a job. So it was clearly significantly easier to get a job out here in Indiana. So I created a plan. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stay here for, you know, X amount of time. I'm gonna stay here X amount of time and get a car, because I didn't have my own car in Atlanta anymore. Get my own car, and the car was really, I thought getting a car was going to be like the answer. Like I just knew that was going to be, that was the thing that I needed to do. I started working at Walmart, like I said, in about June. Like maybe mid-June I started working there. And, you know, just working. I was enjoying myself, honestly, not gonna lie. And I still have a boyfriend, so I'm doing long distance during this time as well. He was still in Atlanta. So I've been working out here. You know, like I said, I was enjoying my time. You know, I wasn't trying to soak in the fact that I had to move back to Atlanta. Back to Indiana. I knew that I was gonna go back, so I wasn't worried about it. Like, I'm like, I just gotta regroup, okay? So like I said, I knew I was going to go back to Atlanta, so I was still actively looking for employment. I ended up running across the job, and I came across one that was paying $20 an hour. So I'm like, okay, I need to take advantage of this. Applied, boom, got the job. So I ended up being hired as Cirque du Soleil, and I just knew that I'm like, okay, this is it. Like, this is it. Now I have to start making sure I'm making the moves so I can be comfortable in Atlanta when I get there. And so I started looking for apartments, yada, yada, yada. So I ended up saving for a car, and I ended up putting down money. And I was happy. I'm like, okay, I wasn't picky this time, y'all, because usually I'm like, if you know me, I'm picky with cars. I really only like Jeeps, to be honest. So this was like, I felt like I was doing something right. Now, granted, I walked in the place, bought the car. Put the money down the car. Like, it was instant. Like, I really did not think about it much. Okay, Blade. You in this bowl. I just wish you could be a little quieter. That's all. And now you smell like outside. Okay. Anyways. So like I said, it was easy for me to get this car. Like, I did not do much of anything to get this car. I explained to them that I didn't have the best credit score because I really didn't have any credit at all. And the little credit I did have was like student loans. He was like, you know what? We're going to have you walking out of here or something. Like, don't even worry about it. I noticed when I pulled off the lot that the car was like making a weird noise whenever I turned the wheel. So I ended up taking the car back. And they spent about 2 weeks working on between like waiting on somebody, waiting on the mechanic to be available to look at it and actually like trying to figure out what was wrong with it. Like I said, 2 weeks later, I ended up with the car back in my possession. So when I got it back, one of my friends from Atlanta, she's from the Midwest as well, and she's from Ohio, so she decided to come out here to check on her mom and stuff. And so since we hadn't seen her in a little while, me and my sister decided like, okay, Cincinnati is only like a 2-hour drive. Either she'll come here or we'll go there. And we ended up just telling her like we'll go out there because, you know, we kind of wanted a little, not a real vacation, but you know, a little something. So, okay, I'm really afraid that you're making too much noise in the background, Blade. So we're gonna have you go out. Come on. Okay. So, we went and took a trip to Cincinnati. And of course, on that trip, guess what else Ray does? It's a fucking year on the way back. You know, I'm glad that, you know, I got to enjoy my little time with my friend and all. Love her to death. But honey, when I say scar ain't the word, I probably gonna be going back to Ohio for a very long time. And you know, it's funny, my boyfriend has his own little PTSD from Ohio too. So it's like, we both just like, yeah, fuck Ohio. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, that was like, I was so devastated. Like I said, I thought I had finally did something right. Got into the accident, hit the deer, and I was very devastated. Like, I just knew that I did everything right. Like, I'm like, yes, this time I go to Atlanta, like, I'm going with last time I came with a car too, but not the best functioning car, okay? Not at all. I was devastated. I was like, damn, man. Like, I really thought, like, I had did something. Like, I thought I was planning properly. Like, because I really didn't want to come back to Atlanta without having, like, something going, you know? I didn't want to have to go back with having nothing. But I was also fine with it because I didn't want to be in Indiana. So, I was like, you know, I'm leaving regardless. And my mom knew that. Everybody knew that. I still have the job at CERC. So I'm like, fuck it. I still got to, like, make an effort to come out to Atlanta. So they ended up totaling out my car after months and months of going back and forth and, like, not having answers. I finally ended up getting the car totaled out. So I'm like, okay. Now, Desiree, you really got to get your shit together, okay? So I'm not going down there with car. So, ended up moving back to Atlanta, working at Cirque du Soleil, which is a French-Canadian circus. It was honestly not that horrible of a job. Like, I really enjoyed working that job. Funds saved up for me to, like, stay in hotels. So the plan was to use my first, like, month of paychecks to use toward towards, like, place to stay, furniture, all those different things. Mind you, I'm supposed to be getting paid $20 an hour. In my mind, these are full-time hours. Get there, guess what? It's barely part-time hours, y'all. Like, we barely work part-time hours. I was under the impression like I knew we was working for like a show, but I just knew that like even the days they didn't have shows, there'll be something for us to do. Y'all, no. I was working Wednesday through Sunday. Wednesdays and Thursdays were typically one show days. So that means I only worked maybe 4 hours, maybe 4 or 5 hours. Thursdays and Fridays typically were 2 show days. Some Thursdays, like I said, were 1 show, but sometimes we got 2 show days. Those were like maybe your typical 8-hour shift. Then Sundays were 2 show days too. And then Saturdays, there were a lot of Saturdays with 3 shows. So, you know, some weeks the paychecks did add up, you know, sometimes. But a lot of times the paychecks did not add up, y'all. It did not add up. And I'm over here paying for hotels, Airbnbs. I lasted a good minute before I had to give in and just stay with a friend and stop paying. And honestly, if I would have initially tried to stay with her instead of paying for all those freaking Airbnbs and stuff, I probably could have saved enough to get a spot. But my dilemma was I don't want to save up all this money, you know, get approved for a spot, and then I can't maintain it. Like I said, I got to Atlanta and the job was not what I thought it was going to be as far as like what my weekly checks were going to be looking like. The plan has to change. Mind you, the reason I really had those Airbnbs was because I was able to still take clients. So I'm like, okay, as long as I can keep my clientele going, maybe I can, you know, make some shake without a job. Yeah. Without me being able to take clients as soon as I got back to Atlanta, because once I had been in Atlanta for a little bit and people had, you know, started seeing like, oh, this is that. Child, by then I was back in my friend crib and I was only able to take travel appointments. So now that decreases a decent amount of people who could come. I was doing lashes when I was living in Atlanta before I had left. I couldn't do lashes anymore because I don't have anywhere to do freaking lashes. So like all the little things, I couldn't do nails because I'm in my friend's apartment. So like all the little ways I could make money, and I don't even want to say little because clearly it was big. Like it was clearly big. The ways I could make money, I couldn't do it anymore. Now when this job is over, what am I going to do? Mind you, I didn't give up. I was still, you know, applying to jobs. I knew my boyfriend was out there and I knew he didn't want me to give up on, you know, trying to make something work for us. So I definitely was still applying to jobs. But if you are someone like me, it's hard to wake up every single day and keep applying to job after job after job after job. And I'm telling y'all, I'm only asking y'all to give me 20. I just was convinced that, yeah, these people are not trying to pay me. That's the problem. They're not trying to pay me. I have a degree. I have a bachelor's degree. I should be getting paid well more than $20 an hour. Excuse my language. I was frustrated, y'all. Every day I'm waking up. And I'm telling y'all, every day I'm filling out at least 30 applications every day. On these applications, and I'm filling out 30 to 50 a day. Yeah, I just grew tired, and so I had to just come to the realization that I'm gonna have to move back to Indiana, and I'm gonna have to do this again. But this time I'm gonna have to do it better. But ooh, that contour, that foggy, honey, is the what? Cirque wasn't full time like I expected it to. And I didn't have a car, so like me picking up another job really was not gonna be like the best option. I mean, my boyfriend was able to take me back and forth to work for Cirque, but like who said he wants to do that for like 2 jobs? I was looking for jobs, applying. Spent 3 months. That's how long I was working for Search. That's how long the show was in Atlanta. And yeah, y'all, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I tried. I mean, I was sleeping on my friend's couch. Like, who wants to sleep on their friend's couch? Like, who wants to, like, you know? But I ended up leaving Atlanta and moving back here to Indianapolis. And now I am here in Indianapolis. And my mom, she's perfectly fine with it. Like, she's one of those parents. But nonetheless, I'm definitely here. I'm going to finish out cosmetology school. Finish our cosmetology school, and from there I'm going to more than likely move back to Atlanta. Well, I am officially ready, guys. As you can see, we're about to head out. I got on this cute little shirt, these little pants or whatever. Same pants I was wearing at Vegas. I wear these pants out. That's what I do now. I'm just wearing some regular little shoes, you know, Dez on the hair, period. Yeah. We're about to head out, guys. Thank you for watching my video. Make sure y'all like this video and you're subscribed to my channel, honey. Until next time.